Good morning, everybody. Welcome to the return of the Square Table. I am your host. So this is what we call Russo hair or AJ hair. I just figured, you know what? I'm gonna show the world. This is what it looks like when I wake up in the
This is
morning.
what you look like. This is what you look
Yes.
like in the morning.
And joining me, of course, my partner in crime, Evandro. What's up, man? Welcome back. How you feeling?
Feels good to be back, man. Feels good to be back.
It does. It does. So you know, this discussion, we got the three reboots, three tremendous franchises. We got Jurassic Park, Superman, and Fantastic Four.
Can we say this is probably like the most packed out month of movies we've had in? I want to say years. I'm gonna say years. I'm gonna say
Yeah,
years.
this is the first time I've been to the movies three times in a month in probably a
God
decade,
knows how long.
and more than that because I actually saw Superman twice, which I also haven't seen a movie twice in over like probably a decade. So, well, not 7 years since I had kids. Then it was just it's an impossible thing, but we fit it in. We
The
fit it in.
kids make it great. Kids make it
Um,
great.
and then this this live production is brought to you by our friends over at Kaiju United. Definitely check them out. They're doing great stuff. KaijuUnited.com. And then, of course, Daikaiju TV or um, DTV. And they're celebrating their 10th anniversary in streaming all the Kaiju and Tokusatsu movies. So if you're not familiar with them, definitely check them out. They have a huge marathon going on right now.
They always
But
do. It's always great.
yeah, man. Joseph over there is the man. Jacob over at Kaiju United, great people. Definitely check them out. But all
Thank
right,
you. Thank you.
let's jump right into this. Spoilers, spoilers. Let me get something on the screen
Yes,
here.
huge. If you haven't seen any of these movies,
This is a spoiler discussion. Okay.
huge
Um,
spoilers. Huge spoilers.
yeah, we're getting into every single one here. And yeah, this is a massive spoiler discussion. So you have been you've been warned.
Warned. You have been
Let's
warned.
check the chat just before we got Chris. What's up, man? David, Andrew,
What's
Wander,
going on, everybody?
UGAC versus Superman. Let's go. Yeah. Well, I mean, if they have him fight the new comic Godzilla who has green breath and light up fins, I mean that's kind of UGAC. That's a little.
I sent a
It's
new
close.
toy incoming. A new
Maybe.
toy incoming.
I hope so. But all right, so we're gonna kick this off as the movie's actually released. So we're gonna kick this off with Jurassic World Rebirth. So I kick
All
this
right, you
off to you.
start.
And
How did
no, no.
how did you feel? How'd you feel?
My initial reactions is it
Just initial
better.
reaction right off the bat.
Better it blew Dominion out of the water.
Oh yeah,
Dominion
100%.
was one of the I cannot fathom
I
what
didn't.
Dominion
I didn't
was.
hate Dominion. I didn't hate Dominion. Um, but this one, I feel like they were like, "Hey, how do we make Jurassic Park feel like Jurassic Park again?"
Yes.
And I feel like they succeeded here. Like it felt like a Jurassic Park movie. The tension is there. It definitely has its shortcomings. It's not a perfect movie, but I was literally like, it was the first Jurassic Park movie I sat in, and I was feeling like, that little like flutter in your chest of fear constantly throughout the movie.
Yeah, I agree. The action in this was, I mean, this might be some of the best action sequences we had in terms of the entire franchise. But yeah, this one ranks up there pretty high for me. I really enjoyed it. Um, and this jumps into our next little topic here. The tone and direction of this with Garrett Edwards, stepping in. Um, did he, did that make a big difference? And if
I think
I had to
so.
say yes, he definitely has his playbook. You're always gonna get the red room scene. He just loves someone dying with a door closing and there's someone on the other side. We saw it in Godzilla. We've seen it in Rogue One. That's just
Yeah,
you're gonna get that.
constantly,
Um,
constantly. That red. You're right. That red
yeah,
room
he
comes
just
through every time.
he's
Every
got his
time.
playbook and he hit all his beats. So I think bringing Garrett Edwards to this, I just hope he The one thing with Garrett is I wish he would actually do a sequel to something. He always comes in. He's like jumping from every franchise. He's like, you know
I
what?
know.
I'm gonna do everything that I ever loved, which is awesome.
I
No, not hating, but like I would
no.
like to see some consistency. Because like he's a very has a very Spielberg type of approach.
He does. He does. He's not big into sequels. You're right.
Yeah,
He tends to, but the thing is, his creativity, the thing that he brings, that it factor, I guess you could call it, it seems to hit every time. Like anytime he touches something, it seems to just bring out the I want to say like the soul of whatever franchise is coming out. You know, you mentioned Rogue One, obviously, like that's a hit all the way through. Like, and they've tried to recapture that, and they haven't. Even with the franchise movies, they haven't been able to recapture that essence that makes it a good movie. You
yeah,
know,
yeah.
I I think he definitely brought back that. It almost. I always considered Jurassic Park not really a horror movie, but it was always like this, like it's just tension, tension. Like you go back, you watch the original Jurassic Park. Those scenes when you first see the T Rex in the rain and all this, your heart is pounding the whole time. And I think that this movie got that. Like the whole scene in the water with the what's it called, Mosasaur or whatever it's called,
Oh yeah,
the that scene, I'm sitting there, I'm like, I don't, because I don't like water in general, spoiler alert.
Jaws did it to you, didn't
That
it?
Yeah, Jaws did it to everybody, man.
Pretty
But that's
much.
what I'm saying, like you get that, you know that feeling when you first see Jaws, like that, like the water creates that mysticism, and he just gave you that fear factor from it.
Yeah.
Like Scarlett Johansson's hanging off that boat, and I'm like, I know she's not going to die this early in the movie, but like that still doesn't change the feeling I'm getting. Like I'm trying to put myself in her position, and I don't like it. Don't like it.
Yeah, I mean, and then speaking of Scarlet, like as a main character, what did you feel? Was she a strong lead, or I
I'll be
kind of go
honest.
a little bit more generic? Like they kind of the characters in
She's the
this
weakest part of
movie.
the movie. She's the weakest part of the movie. She really is. She every time she talks, I just didn't care.
Yeah,
Like I just like, and I like Scarlett
it's
Johansson
not
as an
that she
actress.
even
I
did
think she
bad. I
has
just
chops. No, you just don't care. You
yeah,
know,
they
she
didn't
says
really
like
give
these
her
very
much.
like they give her this very generic like Timu. Chris says Timu Black Widow. Basically, basically, she's supposed to be this like operative, like crazy like thing, and then she's like, "Oh,
Just
hey,
mad
what's up?"
chill. Yeah, she's just mad
Yeah,
chill about everything. She's like,
like just mad
ah,
chill about everything,
some
and
guy
I'm like,
died. We got to keep going though.
ah. Yeah, like my buddy died. I'm kind of sad about it. Like that's basically it. That's
Yeah,
basically her the whole movie.
yeah, they didn't give her much to do. In fact, I think the guy that killed it, oh my God, what's his name?
Marshala Ali.
Nah, he was another guy. Like again, two marquee
Yeah.
actors where like they just kind of didn't give them much to do. It was really the
They gave them the most generic like
yeah, it
backstories.
was
Like
more the
he's supposed to
scientist,
be. Oh yeah, him.
the
Yeah,
scientist
I
museum
forget his
guy
name.
from
Yeah.
he was from Wicked. He played the prince in Wicked.
Mm-hmm.
Shout out to Wicked, but he was phenomenal. Like he was the only character that I generally cared about. Like he wanted to do right. He wanted to like, hey, how about what if we like just steal this from this billionaire douchebag and we just give it to the people? Like why not? I'm like, you know what? I like this guy. This guy's good.
This guy's
Um,
cool.
and
He
then
actually had like the you feel like Scarlett Johansson, Marshall Ali had the generic like comeback. Like they're like, oh, I've done so many bad things in life. This is my way of getting my soul back, and you're like, all right,
is
like
it though?
fine.
Because like you really just accepted it because there was a lot of money thrown at you. You know, like it's.
Exactly. 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 And then it turns into this, and you're like, wait, your general motivations just changed in the middle of the movie.
I've seen a lot of
Dr.
people
Loomis. That's
online.
right, Chris. You're right.
Yeah, well, Chris is if we have any Jurassic Park trivia or anything that we need to know, Chris will either correct us or give us the answer because this man, and not even just him and his whole family are basically like dinosaur experts. It's incredible. They showed up.
They're the ones that push the actually.
Yeah. So I basically saw Jurassic Park. I saw it on my birthday. With and I brought Abby, and to get Abby to come because she saw the trailer. Trailer was too scary. She wasn't into it. But when she was younger, she liked dinosaurs in Jurassic Park. Like she still likes dinosaurs. So
Yeah.
the
Yeah.
night before, I was like, okay, let's watch the original. And if you can't handle this, because this is pretty much the tone that the trailer was giving out, then
Yeah,
don't
absolutely.
worry about it. But she loved it. She was like, "Oh, this is great." So then she came to the movies, and we get to the movie theater, and Chris and his whole family is literally lined up in the giant, like, inflatable dinosaur outfits. He's the T Rex. And
Yeah.
then there was one I never even seen before. So it was like two T Rexes, and then he had a Triceratops one, which I've never seen.
That's
Which is like
funny.
could be
That's
a
funny.
2-person one. It was incredible. It's just an
That's
incredible, immersive movie going experience. Um, and then so speaking more about the characters, what about the family? How did you feel about the little side family?
So the actor that played the father, I like him a lot. He's actually a very good actor. I've seen him in a bunch of stuff. The boyfriend, I kind of just wanted to die. Like he's that annoying. Like I
I
understand
think
he's
they
trying to
did
be the
that on
comedic
purpose.
relief.
I
Yeah,
don't know. I
the
think they
problem
wanted
is
every dad in the
spoiler, he
stands to
doesn't
be.
die.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I think they wanted every dad in the seats to be like, "I hate this guy." That was
Oh
their
my
goal, and
god,
they
dude.
succeeded. Because yeah,
Oh yeah.
although he had his moment, he did have a
He
shining
did.
moment. So
He did. He had his shining moment, Yeah. Yeah, Chris says every father in the theater wanted the boyfriend to die.
oh yeah, 100%. Yeah, no,
It's true.
yeah.
It's true. You're not wrong, Chris.
Yeah,
You're not
if
wrong.
you're a girl dad, you were like, I get this. Like I
Yeah,
feel
I get
this. I feel
this.
this. I'm not there
I
yet.
kind of want him. I kind of
But
want him to drown.
um, and then like in that.
So
Go ahead.
go
Take
ahead.
it away. No, you.
Well,
You
I
sir.
wanted to bring up, like the human characters. There was, I think we're 50-50. There's some good human characters. There's some bad human characters. The dinosaurs, I feel like same thing. There were some great dinosaurs, and then there were some not so great dinosaurs. I didn't like the D-Rex or whatever the hell he's called.
Oh
He
no.
just no. He first of all, you only see him for a good like 3 solid minutes on screen. And then he's just this thing cast in deep dark shadow. And he really didn't do anything for me. Like the opening scene I was like, wow, this thing is scary. And then again, spoilers, at the end you see the whole thing. He almost comes off as like a kaiju. Plug. Um but then when you see him at the end, he's not. Like he's just this like aesthetically, I don't like the way he looks. He has these super long arms, this crazy like bald bulbous head that makes him look like I don't know
Yeah,
what is those
he's
whales,
like a
like a beluga
rancor and
whale or
a.
whatever it is.
He's like rancor and orga slapped together,
Yeah, he
basically.
says that Chris says the Timu Rancor.
Yeah.
Chris, you're right.
Yeah. Yeah. Pretty
He
much.
is the Timu Rancor. That's exactly what he is. And I'm like, bro, not it. It's not it. Terrifying opening sequence when you first see it with the whole, like you're talking about the closing door. Just open the door. Just open the door. Ready? 1, 2. And then this thing is just slowly
And
moving his
that chick's
hands like
like,
in front of him. That chick's like, nah, man, you
nah,
dying.
you dead. Yeah.
Yeah.
You know what
And
I
he's
would
like,
love?
no, just open the door. Just open the door.
You know what I would love if they did as a change up thing, like because they always have it like the two people on the opposite side of the door, like they
Yeah.
either are co-workers, friends, or like I wish the other person on the door was someone that they fucking hated, and they were just like, "You're gonna die."
It's never someone. It's never someone
They're
that
just
you
gonna
hate.
be like, you know what? Remember when you didn't give me that Snickers that I wanted? Well,
the last time someone died
which
in a
is
Jurassic
ridiculous,
Park
by the
movie
way.
that you really didn't, at least the thing that comes to mind to me is the lawyer that dies on the toilet in the first movie. Because I remember seeing it in theaters as a kid with my dad and my sister, who was 4 at the time. Because when they brought that trailer out, my mom was like, oh my God, take them to go see the dinosaur movie. It looks so pretty. My dad was not prepared. not prepared for what happened next. My sister basically cried and like shoved her face in his chest the whole movie. Meanwhile, I'm over here. I'm laughing at one point when he gets eaten off the toilet. Forget it. I was dying
Oh
laughing.
yeah,
And
that's
then the
what's
Raptors were making me shit my pants.
that's what's
It
amazing about
was,
that movie. The first movie has everything.
yeah, of course.
It's the ultimate like family action thriller movie.
Oh
Like,
yeah, has some of the
um,
best one-liners in the franchise. Like it's, and I think this movie captured that tension.
yes.
I think if they continue to go down this route, so basically, I would say like my final thoughts on it. If you continue to go down this road and continue to build off of this, I think you have great potential for the future of the franchise. I do. I think
Well,
you
that's what I'm saying. Like,
because
bring Garrett back, please,
yeah,
just so there's some consistency.
if he wants to,
Well, that's what I mean. He might
I
just be like,
think
"Nah,
he
I'm
turns
good."
that shit down. Yeah, he's like,
He's
nah,
gonna
I'm
do a
good.
Star Trek movie next. He's like, "Nah, I got
Yeah,
something else."
yeah,
Um, but back to like the dinosaur focus and like the set pieces and well, not a lot of set pieces, but you know what I mean. Like this was the best T Rex that we've gotten in a long time, other than
oh yeah,
Jurassic World, where they bring back the original and you just get hit with all
yeah,
that nostalgia. I
yeah,
love that river scene was it
terrifying.
yeah, like it's between that and the opening with the Mosasaurus where I'm just like, these scenes are
Yeah,
unbelievable. Like I'm so
yeah,
drawn in. And then you have the beautiful
I
scene
agree.
with the Titanosauruses, which don't look like
Mm-hmm.
Titanosaurus from Godzilla. Bullshit. But anyway, that would have been amazing if Garen Edwards was like, yeah, it's Titanosaurus, but we're just gonna
Chris
use
is right.
The Godzilla Titanosaurus.
Chris, you're absolutely right. That it feels like a Dino Crisis movie.
Yes,
It does.
Dino Crisis,
It
100%.
really does. That I agree with 100%.
Yeah,
It
because
does feel like a Dino
the
Crisis
plot
movie.
is nonsense. Like it makes no sense.
No, the plot is like
The
we gotta go get some special thing. Like
Yeah,
okay,
like we need dinosaur DNA, but from living dinosaurs, from land, earth, and sea. It's like, I mean, and the sky. It's just like, why? Like, there's no reason to
right?
that. Like, like,
No,
there's no, just absolute utter nonsense.
yeah,
And then it's
yeah.
like, well, we could just get one from the eggs. It's like, but they're not alive. Just yeah, you know what? I don't.
Listen, now see
I don't
now
care.
you're getting into really murky waters. Are eggs alive? Eggs not
Oh god, no,
alive? Like
we're not doing that
don't.
right now. But I really do think this movie had a lot of great stuff. You know, if you can just kind of shut your brain off with the plot. And the one thing I'm a little disappointed with is, as much as I hated Dominion, I was disappointed that they were just like, oh, dinosaurs can't actually live with us. Sorry, they're like all dead except for
Yeah,
this one other island. You're
yeah,
like,
yeah. You're like,
I've been
oh, they can
waiting.
only survive around the equator.
Yeah, I've been waiting years to finally see some kind of payoff from the Lost World, and Dominion was not fucking it.
No,
Like giant grasshoppers
no.
and shit for most of the movie. I don't give a
You
shit.
don't like the giant grasshoppers?
Yeah,
No.
like I
Like,
just don't care. So I'm a little disappointed that we're not gonna get more dinosaur action in, um, in the cities. Which again, kind of like, where is the franchise headed? Because are you just gonna keep
yeah,
taking us to a? Is there gonna be another mysterious island? It's like, how many of these fucking magical islands are there? Everywhere. Yeah. It's like
yeah, exactly.
you can't just keep adding islands. Like, I mean, I guess they
Yeah.
can, but at the same time, it's like,
Listen, if you go into the science of it, I don't know what the percentage is, but there are a bunch of uncharted islands around the world. You never know.
yeah.
You never know, man.
I mean, this is where you
They
tie
might find
Jurassic
some new
Park
species.
into the MonsterVerse, and like they go into the.
Godzilla versus T-Rex. Is that what's happening?
Yeah, I mean that island did feel a lot. Gave some Skull Island vibes for sure. I will say one dinosaur that I absolutely did not care for at all was the Mutodon, the like raptor pterodactyl hybrid. Just give me raptors. I didn't need that. That was the one stuff where I was like, that was more of
Yeah,
a reach. Like,
I didn't the dinosaur that I didn't like that I thought was just like, oh, this is just an excuse to kill more people was the spine, like swimming spinosaur thing in the water. That was just like, I'm like,
I mean,
wait, he's like, they're amphibious. And I'm like, all right,
those are pretty
I
cool.
accept it.
Although
No, the
the Spinosaurus, I wish someone had the ringtone though. That would have been a nice callback.
That would have been called
from
right then.
Jurassic Park.
They never. You notice how they have never referenced Lost World or Jurassic Park 3 in
Yeah, I don't know.
any of the movies ever, which I think is silly. First of all, Lost World is an amazing Jurassic Park movie.
I have a hot
I
take.
don't.
I've
Let me
I've
finish.
okay.
The scene in the tall grass is what gets me. Like,
Yes.
don't go into the tall, and you just see the raptors just immediately start converging. You just see lines. You don't even see the raptors. Yeah.
Wanda brings up a
So,
good point.
yeah, he does. The the little girl bringing the baby home at the end. So you're just gonna kill it. So it's just gonna die.
Or maybe that's, maybe
That's the tie-in. That's how they
maybe
survive in the
the
rest of the world.
doctor who has all this DNA creates a new gene that can make dinosaurs survive once again, making the
Yeah,
entire point of
exactly.
that movie irrelevant. But hey,
All right. So final thoughts. Final thoughts. Let's give this a score. Let's give this a score. Out of 10, what'd you think?
a solid 7.5.
I agree. 100%.
Yeah,
7.5 out of 10. I think that's exactly where this movie sits.
Great
It
time at the
is,
movies. Just
yeah, it
good
was
dino
definitely
action.
basically to me, is it worth spending the money to go see in the movies? Because because it's not just a ticket for at least me anymore. It's like if
Yeah, it's
my wife wants to
$100 to go
go,
out if we bring the family.
yeah,
Basically,
exactly,
yeah. And
exactly.
then if there's a popcorn bucket, I got to get it. Which Kelly, I'm gonna have this huge popcorn bucket collection
Huge
that
popcorn,
Kelly's eventually gonna throw out.
like you need more collection stuff. That's what you
Uh,
really need.
all right, so Jurassic World definitely a solid. Definitely bringing the franchise back because I think Dominion did, but that just shows how much and how many people love dinosaurs. Man, is with
Yeah,
Dominion bombing, right? Like, or not bombing, but Dominion was pretty much universally hated, but it still had the box office because it's Jurassic Park and
yeah,
it had the original cast. So like that, and that
yeah,
trailer was incredible. So it got its money's back, but everyone hated
yeah.
that movie, and that still did not stop this movie from. I think it grossed over 600 million worldwide. So like we're definitely franchise not dead.
No,
Not dead at all.
and honestly, I don't think any of the Jurassic Park movies have ever done terribly in the theaters. I think maybe Jurassic. I mean, Chris could probably answer this. Jurassic Park 3 is probably, I don't know if that's touted as the lowest grossing movie because I know it didn't do well.
But if you
But
factor in inflation, it probably did $1 billion.
yeah.
Um,
So did
so
Gone with the Wind.
all right. So before we move on, quick, rank them. Your
Oof.
full. I don't even know if I know all the movies titles, but just go for it.
All right. So if I had to I'll go worst to best. So worst, I think, is Dominion. Then I would say Worlds. And then it's probably 3. Then I would say this one. And then Lost World and Original. That's probably
When
where
you
I
said
stand.
worlds, did you just put them like together?
No.
Because
What
there's
was the one
seven
before
movies, and I
Dominion?
think you gave me 5.
Did I give you 6? I don't know.
I don't know. Yeah,
See,
whatever.
that's how forgettable they are.
That's good. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
I'm just gonna rank my top 3.
Yeah.
Jurassic Park 1, Jurassic World, and now Jurassic World Rebirth. My hot take is I haven't seen Jurassic Lost World since I saw it in the movie theater with my dad, where I puked all over him. So
Bro, you got to go back and watch it. Gotta go back
yeah,
and watch
I haven't seen that movie in a long time. I just know as a kid, I did not like that Grant and stuff wasn't in it, and it was just what's his name?
That's why they brought him back for 3.
Well, yeah, Alan.
Yeah, I agree, Chris. I think it did. It seemed like it could be a production hell. I did enjoy the Spinosaurus, though. That whole Spinosaurus T-Rex fight in Jurassic World 3 is like, whoo, whoo. It's top tier. Top tier. It's the first time you saw a bigger like dinosaur than the
And
T-Rex.
the design of the Spinosaurus is fantastic.
Of course. Of course. All
All
right.
right.
Let's move on. Let's
Yes,
go to what I think. All right. This is my hot take, and we'll get into it when we talk about Fantastic Four, but I think Superman is going to took it home this summer. I think that's the top tier.
Okay.
That's the top tier. And when we discuss Fantastic Four, I'll tell you why. But so this is, if anybody doesn't know, this was James Gunn's reboot of the DCU. His first movie out the gate, and I think he blew it out of the water. I really did. I think it captures my general opinion of the movie. I think it captures what it means to be a comic book superhero. I think it captures all the aesthetic. It's a beautiful looking movie. I think David Cornsett is just, he captured that Christopher Reeves for me. Like, he felt like that Superman, like that, just you just want to hug him. Like, like when you see Christopher Reeves as Clark Kent, you just want to, like, he's so adorable and you just want to hug him. Like, he really captures that small town in Kansas type of vibe. And when he puts on the suit, like, yeah, like that's it. That's Superman to me, you know?
Yeah, man.
I
Um,
think it hits. It just hits. It really does.
Again, out of all the three movies, this is the only one that I saw twice. And I, you going in and you're like, man, I've loved the trailers, but there's a lot going on. Is it going to work? Is it, because if this movie bombs, right? If this movie's hated, like everything that they've been building up it's gonna,
I think that's the nail in the
it's
coffin.
gonna, yeah,
That would have
exactly.
been the nail in the coffin.
So there's a lot riding on this movie, and it delivered in spades, man. I could not agree more. David Cornsweet was, I mean, phenomenal.
Yeah.
As Clark,
Yeah.
as Superman, he crushed it. He crushed it. He
Yeah.
brought that hope back to the character. This character that is a little punk rock. But you have Superman saving a squirrel, which, like, I loved stuff like that. That was the stuff where it was just, he's constantly looking around trying to save people. Like when the
Yeah.
Justice Gang came in, like he's just
The
playing cleanup.
Justice Gang.
He goes straight up into cleanup mode. Like he wants to save Crypto just because he's alone. Like he doesn't care about any of this other. He's just like, I gotta go save my
Yeah.
dog.
Yeah.
Which is the
Yeah.
appropriate reaction, by the way. That was every dog owner
Obviously.
ever. Luther, where's the dog? I don't give a shit about any of this other stuff. Where the f- is my dog?
If
Like,
the dog dies, we riot.
um, and I, again, I love the brightness. I love the comic book
Chris,
aesthetic that
Chris,
this
you're absolutely right. Chris says that it's a sweet spot between the originals and the Bruce Timm animated series. I agree. It felt
100%.
that's been my opinion about the movie the whole time. It felt like an episode out of the animated series. Like it just it to me, I look a lot when I watch a movie. I look a lot of the aesthetic, like because the aesthetic sets the tone, and this always seemed like everything is bright. The colors are bright. There's just a lot of light in every scene. And I think that gives you that hope, like that feeling of that great feeling you have inside. Um and I think this movie captured that. Like it really felt fun almost the whole time. Um let's talk about Lois because Lois was awesome. Um
Oh yeah,
Rachel, what's her name? Bosnahan. She
the f-
killed it.
yeah.
Killed it.
And that was when they were doing all the casting because I had no, I wasn't familiar with David at all. I haven't seen him in anything, but
Neither was
Rachel,
I.
I had watched the Marvelous Miss Maisel, and when they cast, like when they said she was in the running, I was like, she would be the quintessential look. Like she is, you could just see it. Like she would
Yeah.
kill it, and she did. She
Yeah.
absolutely crushed it. The one thing I love about this movie, she is never in danger. There was never a
No.
scene of Superman saving
No.
her. She was never the
Oh my
damsel in
god.
distress.
Gotta save Lois. Nope.
Nope, never happened.
She
Not once. She saved Superman,
she
actually.
epitomized the strong independent woman. Yeah. She
But
epitomized the heroine.
but yeah, she wanted the story. I mean, just that 10-minute scene between her and Clark in the beginning where she's interviewing him, the character
Hmm.
development alone and like the depth that you get from those characters just in that conversation, to me, that just opening with that and seeing that. um really solidified that, like, they made sure that the actor and actress had chemistry. Whereas, as much as I love Henry Cavill and Amy Adams, their chemistry was like almost never really there. Like,
Yeah,
it never
I felt the
really
same way.
seemed like they
I was just
were.
about to say the chemistry between the two of them. Oh my god, it's like
It's on fire.
palpable.
Yeah, it's
Oh my
just, we're
god,
not on the
it
scene
is like
together. You're just like, yeah, that's Superman and
yes,
Lois. Yeah.
yeah, exactly, exactly.
But was she the
Did they?
MVP? Because I think there's another MVP of this movie, and his name is Mr.
Okay,
Terrific.
he
Mr.
did
Terrific.
dominate every scene he was in. He
Mr.
didn't
Terrific
have that
was
many
the
scenes.
man.
Yeah, he was great. He was really great. He honestly, they all did good. Like Nathan Fillion as I didn't think I was gonna like Nathan Fillion as Guy Gardner, and I ended up loving it. Like he just like I've always because I always have this mindset. This is Hal Jordan. Like Nathan Fillion to me has always been Hal Jordan.
Yeah, he's
But
voiced the
him coming in
anatomy
as
of the
Guy
movies.
Gardner, oh, it was just that's right there. Like
It
he
was
had it.
perfect.
He had
Yeah,
it. Yeah.
especially, like, and they, again, with a they did a lot for all these characters. Like, the chat's bringing up Jimmy Olsen, making him a ladies'
Oh
man.
yeah.
That, like, again, just, but
I
like,
know you love that. I know
I
you love that.
did, because one, it sets up one. I'm calling it right now. Jimmy is absolutely dating Kara in the next movie, 100%. They're gonna absolutely do that. But um, every character in this movie, whether how big or small, they got just enough character development for you to get their character, and they also, everyone served some kind of purpose to push the movie forward. Between Guy Gardner just being like that, the dick, like, which is
Yeah.
exactly what he is in the con. He's like the
That's what he
asshole
is.
Green Lantern. So, like,
He is. He's the Green Lantern nobody likes.
yeah, when he gets in Superman's face and he's like, "Make your move, Blue," it's like, that's Guy Gardner. Like,
Yeah.
100%. Does not give a rat's ass if you're Superman, Batman. He will go in your face if he thinks he has to. And then the
Yeah.
same thing with Hawkgirl. Didn't have not a lot going on, but that one scene where they're gonna make you know that she is not like Superman, and that a prime minister or whatever is just like, "Oh,
Yeah.
you're not gonna kill me," and she's like, "Do you know who the fuck I am?" Like, it's like,
Yeah.
I
And
come
she
from a
just drops
planet
him.
of warriors where we don't, like, this is what we do. It's like, it'd be like if it was Wonder Woman, the same thing. Like, Wonder Woman has no problem killing people at all. Like,
Oh yeah.
she tries not to when she becomes part of the Justice League because she's trying to. But if she feels you need to die, they
Oh
got no
yeah.
problem with that. And then again, then Mr. Terrific goes without saying.
Oh
He
yeah.
he just dominated every scene. The T spears, like like even his
Oh
little
yeah.
comic relief. Half the time he was funny when he didn't even say anything.
Wasn't
You
even
know,
try to be. Yeah.
yeah, like,
No, I
and
know.
that's
And I think and I was going to say, like, when you have a large, like, when you have a movie with so many characters in it, I always fear, and maybe this is like PTSD, I always feel like the Mortal Kombat Annihilation effect, where you're just trying to insert
God.
every fucking character that has ever existed into the movie. And it's just, you just you don't have enough to create that character. It's just like two lines and then it's over. And then you're like, well, why did this even have to exist? It didn't. That's the answer. In this movie, perfect. This is how you set up supporting characters for future. Like,
Yep.
everybody got a nice little setup. Everybody got their little few minutes to shine. And they did the most with that amount of time. Like, they made the most out of those characters. Speaking of characters, let's talk about Lex for a minute. All right. Let's talk about Lex. I did not have high hopes for Nicholas Hoult being Lex Luthor. When they announced him, I was like, ooh, maybe. I think this was one of the better villains in most comic book movies. And my opinion of this is just about, he is just a villain. Like, his whole motivation in this whole movie, doing like tearing apart reality, is just because he doesn't like Superman.
Yeah. They finally
There's no other
nailed.
motivation.
They
Yeah.
finally nailed
I
that
just don't like
Luthor.
you.
is the ultimate
Yeah.
fucking hater. The ultimate
Yeah.
hater.
Yeah.
A super hater, if you will.
Yeah.
Um,
I
he
will.
just,
I will.
but yeah, I agree. When they casted him, I knew he had the acting chops, but again,
He's a
it's just
great
something.
actor, and I love him in everything he's in.
And a lot of the dialogue that they use in the trailers, I just didn't really care for because like they cut up some of his dialogue like for the trailer, so like it wasn't the full thing of what he said. So it like it never really hit with me. But seeing it in action, like Andrew in the chat brought up, like did you like the small little detail of like basically how they tested the nano stuff on crypto first, to see if it could actually suppress the oxygen. Remember, she throws the nanos on Crypto's
Hmm.
face, and like
Yeah.
that's how they get the idea to take that to Superman. So like Lex was everything Lex is supposed to be. I mean,
Yeah.
I know a lot of people love Gene Hackman, but let's face the facts in terms of comic book accuracy or whatever. If we want to use that as the metric, they just had Gene Hackman. Like he wasn't a billionaire. He wasn't anything. He was like some smart homeless dude who like lived in the
He
sewer or
was
whatever.
he was Gene Hackman being Gene Hackman.
Yeah,
That's the
which was
difference.
great. I mean, Gene
Like,
Hackman being
which
Gene
is
Hackman.
great. Don't get me wrong. Like he has his pros. Like he's great in those movies. This, I think, like you're saying, is Lex. Like Lex has no other motivations other than he just has this severe hatred of Superman.
Yep.
Because he believes that Superman isn't human, like in any stretch. Like, and he just hates him for it. He hates him for it.
Yeah, because everyone loves him. That's it.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, Nicholas Holt.
He didn't get enough hugs as a kid.
That last, like that scene, where they're having the, the 1A, 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 1, and he's just
Yeah.
like he's just losing his shit. Like he is so
Yeah.
like you can just the hate is oozing off of him. And like shout out to James
Yeah.
Gunn for this because I think this was like a super meta thing. Nicholas Holt also tested for Superman and didn't get it.
Did he really?
Yes, and there's actually
Wow, I didn't know that.
I saw an interview where someone asked the question, like it was like David was interviewing Nicholas, and one of the questions was, in any scene, did you ever feel I could do that better than him? And Nicholas Holt was like, yes. So it's like that's a kind of meta thing to get a guy that didn't get to be Superman to be Lex, because he already has some kind of little animosity
That little like
in there.
like,
yeah, like
I just want to like stick it to him.
like I could be a better Superman than you piece of shit. Like so,
And
incredible.
to answer our question, I think he was one of the most compelling characters in the movie. I think again the chemistry between Cornset and him was just top notch.
Oh, Chris brings up a good point. That also happened with Tom Hiddleston auditioning for Thor and getting Loki.
He did.
So
Yes,
same kind of thing where
That's
it's like
right.
it's a very meta way to get the character that's supposed to hate that other character. Yeah, I think it. That's a great process.
All right, so overall, let's close it out. Overall ranking. What do we think out of 10?
I'm gonna give it a 9.5.
I was gonna say 9. I think a 9 out of 10.
I don't want to give it a 10 out of 10 because I do have a couple little gripes with the movie.
Sure.
I wish Ultraman would have been a little bit more. There were rumors that Ultraman was going to be Henry Cavill, which I thought would have been amazing. But they're setting him up to be Bizarro, which is cool.
Yeah.
I hope we get a Bizarro at some point. Him going into Dimension. But man, there's not much here to really.
There's not. I was going to give it a 9 out of 10. Yeah, the score is great.
Phenomenal.
Acting is top notch from everybody.
James Gunn continues to hit it out of the park with animated animal characters. He doesn't miss between Groot, King Shark. I mean Scooby-Doo. If we all forgot, James Gunn did the original Scooby-Doo live action movie. And now Crypto. Like
I did forget that. I did forget that.
Yeah. But like he. Just that even that end scene where it's getting real tense between Superman and Lex, and then Crypto comes in and basically pulls a Hulk puny god moment and just starts like it's hilarious, and it is
They hit
every beat. The cast is phenomenal.
Yeah,
Everyone had
I
something
agree.
to do. Everything, the movie flowed unbelievable. And then honestly, the whole, there's a couple times where like I got teary eyed when when Jonathan is one, he's alive, thank
Yeah, I was
God.
gonna say. Yeah,
Like I'm
yeah.
so tired of I get it, like
The
they
death of the father.
the death
Yeah,
of the
we get
father.
it.
It's like he's not Peter Parker. I don't know why this keeps happening. Like they always try to take that thing from Spider-Man, where it's like the dad died, and you're like, I mean, granted, I
It's
know
like, all
it's
right, dude, we
yeah,
already
yeah,
have a Batman. It's fine.
yeah, exactly. We don't need that. Like it's not part of Superman's character. Like his parents are not gone. His real parents are gone, but his foster parents are not. So
Yeah,
having that
exactly.
scene, having him finally be alive, and no dumbass like don't save me from the tornado, even though you be totally fine and no one would even notice. But you know where he just tells him how proud he is of him and kind of
Yeah,
like just phenomenal. And then the end scene tying it all together, where he wants to see his parents, and now it's like his all his home videos and
yeah,
the song "I'm gonna be a punk." Like it was just
yeah, yeah,
phenomenal. Tying
yeah.
that whole maybe being kind is a little punk rock. It's
Yeah.
just yeah,
It
James
hits
Gunn
it.
killed it. James Gunn
I
killed
agree.
it. I can't wait. And then you got the teaser for Supergirl, Woman of Tomorrow, where they're going with that comic book storyline where she has
Hmm.
a lot of trauma. So that's going to really separate her from Superman. Whereas she's not just a carbon copy of Superman, and I think that's a
Yeah,
really exciting thing to see. As much as I liked the actress who played Supergirl on the CW, they were
yeah.
just carbon copies of each
Melissa
other.
Benoit or whatever her
Yeah,
name is.
they were
Benoit.
just carbon copies.
Yeah. No, I like this. I like her look too. I think she really like fits that Supergirl. I'm excited to see where this goes. I mean, he's given me high hopes for this franchise
And we got
for
Lobo,
the
baby.
DCU. Yeah,
Lobo.
dude, Jason Momoa playing Lobo. Ooh.
Yeah, like haters can
Ooh.
hate all they want. That's who he was supposed to be. Like one,
Yeah.
even
I
he
mean,
acknowledges that.
I loved him as Aquaman. I did. But
Sure,
this is a better fit.
but
This
let's be
is his.
honest. His
Yeah,
brother should have been Aquaman.
I guess. Yeah.
Dude, you cannot tell me looking at the guy that plays Orn should not be Aquaman. Like that's literally like it's
Yeah,
undeniable.
I guess. Yeah, the whole blonde hair look,
But
like
like he had,
he
yeah,
definitely
he's
could
just
pull it
got
off.
that
He's
yeah.
got the fate,
He's got the look. Whereas like
the
Jason
face.
Momoa was
Yeah,
not who you would think would be Aquaman. Like if you looked at him, you'd be like Lobo would be perfect actually.
yeah. No,
Um,
absolutely. All right, so let's go into Fantastic Four. I like this movie a lot.
Actually,
I
hold
do
on.
not like it better than Superman.
Hold on. Before we move on, Andrew
Okay.
just brought up. So like just a quick Snyder verse versus what we're getting now. Are you happy with this new direction, or do you wish they would have continued with the whole darker, more godlike Superman?
I like this new direction
Yeah,
better.
me
I
too.
do.
Yeah,
And you know this, I was never a real huge fan of Man of Steel. Never thought it was a bad movie by any stretch. It's a good movie, but it never it felt like a Zack Snyder movie, not a Superman movie. Do you know what I mean?
well,
Like,
I'm on the opposite end. I actually love Man of Steel. Um,
I know you do.
one the
I know
score.
it's like touted as one of your
Well,
top movies.
I'm a sucker for scores, right? So like the score of Man of Steel is just it really draws me in, and I love Zod and all
I
that.
agree.
And but the one thing and Man of Steel, I'm just isolating Man of Steel. Like once they started doing more and more with Henry Cavill's Superman, I just one of my and we had this conversation. You were like, I couldn't believe you're such a huge Jimmy Olsen fan. Was I love that Jimmy was gonna be a part of this movie because he's Clark's best friend.
Mhm.
And Snyder didn't give a shit about any of that. Like, did not care about
No.
the human side of Clark at all. Wanted to just focus on Superman. And,
Yeah.
that's such a big duality of it. It's like having Bruce without Batman. It's like you can't, the most compelling things about these characters are the duality of them. And to just completely isolate that is one of the big things where, you know, the Snyderverse, he took way too many liberties. I remember
Yeah.
seeing Batman vs Superman, and when Batman actually mows down people and kills them, Kelly actually grabbed my hand and was like, "I'm so sorry," because like I don't like Batman doesn't kill people.
I know.
Not that direct.
Yeah.
Like he has in the but not that directly. Like he was
No,
trying to kill those people, and I'm like, he's
Yeah.
Batman, not the fucking Punisher. So like
Yeah.
that's the thing about Gunn in this movie is for all the characters that hit the screen, he got them all right, all of them, like all of them, even Metamorpho, like a character that is so obscene that
I know
I've
he's a
seen
very
twice,
obscure character,
but
yeah.
he nailed him, absolutely nailed him.
He did.
Like
He did.
it's
I
unbelievable.
think that's the best part of the focus of this. You think about what the plot of the movie is, and the plot of the movie is really just Superman and people. Like that's the plot.
Yeah.
There's no like he's not like there's not this overall arcing thing of like I gotta save the planet from a meteor. No, it's I have to figure out how to be Superman and what the thing is. What's the right thing versus what's the proper thing? Like when she interviews him and she asks him a question, did you consult the US government before you intervened in this foreign country? And he's like, no. She's like, well, why did you do this? And he's like, because people were going to die.
Yeah. Like,
and
you
that's
just see
the plot of the movie.
Yeah.
Yeah. And that's the plot of the movie.
Just the passion behind it.
I think it did it. Yeah. I don't think Zack Snyder's movies captured that.
No,
I think it's just
other than Wonder Woman, honestly, none of the characters were really right. You know,
I agree.
The Barry Allen's Flash was more Wally West. We already talked about Aquaman. Just look wise, I did enjoy the Aquaman movies, but look wise, it was like that. It was almost a slap in the face that they made the brother look exactly like how Aquaman's supposed to look. Like it was almost like we just don't care. You know what? Screw you, comic book fans. And then Batman, they tried to give a redemption arc, which I really enjoyed, especially in the Snyder cut of Justice League. And I think the biggest, the most upsetting thing for me about the Snyderverse dying is never getting to see Ben Affleck again. I thought Ben Affleck is the best live action Batman and Bruce, because it's hard to be both. Like
it is hard to be both.
I love Keaton as Batman. I don't like him as Bruce. I love Val Kilmer up until this point. I thought was the best, and then like Christian Bale, obviously, but the writing of those movies is not very Batman to me. Like
no, but that's Christopher Nolan.
No,
that's
I know.
Christopher Nolan has his framework that he works in, and he doesn't really move outside of that box. Yeah. He doesn't really...
I'll give up being Batman for Rachel. I just love Rachel so much. I'll stop being Batman. It's like no. I want to see you go to your parents' graves and beg them for forgiveness that you might take off the mantle. Like that's what I want to see. Give me that shit, which I think Gunn could has a chance. And all right, I'm sorry. I know we keep delaying the Fantastic Four, but
it's okay. It's okay.
Who do you want to be Batman?
Oh, oof.
in this new DCU. Because I'm all about Reacher, baby. Give me Alan Richardson. Just
Alan Richardson?
Yeah.
I could see it.
He would be a truck as Batman. A fucking truck.
He'd be gigantic, yeah. He is so big. I think he could do Batman. I don't know that he could do Bruce. I would have to see him.
Have you watched Reacher?
Of course I watch Reacher.
So like,
but I don't think. But to me, that's Reacher. That's not
hold on.
Bruce.
Have you seen?
Because I've read a lot of the Reacher books. So that's what I was going to say.
So his Bruce
Alan
could
Richardson
be Blue Mountain State.
Is very
Batman could be Jack Reacher. Perfect. I'm down. Let's do it.
He has acting chops. I think Alan Richardson has a really wide spectrum. So like I don't think he can be typecasted type of thing, because he really if you see him in that other movie he just did with Henry Cavill, the
Gentleman, something
the Ungentlemanly Warfare or whatever.
I loved it. Me and Kelly just watched it last week. It was fantastic. And it was another movie we finally got to see Henry Cavill have a personality. I feel like a lot of Henry Cavill's kind of got typecast as this guy that has to be this
rigid thing.
Yeah. All right. All right. Fantastic Four, baby. Let's go in. Kick us off, Armando. Right. Kick us off.
Okay, so I loved the movie. I did. To me, everything is factor based. Do I did I waste my money going to the movie theaters to see this? Not only did I see it, I saw it in IMAX because I'm like, all right, if I'm gonna see Galactus, I want
You
him
need,
to
yeah,
be as big as the building. Like, I
yeah.
want that intensity. This was also the first movie I took my, don't judge me, my 4-year-old daughter to. She's never been to a,
Why would I judge you
I'm
for
not,
that?
and I
That's
know you're
awesome.
not judging me.
Oh
I'm
yeah,
making sure the
absolutely not.
chat's not juding me. Um, this is the
Chris
first
brings his
because my
entire family in dinosaur costumes. He's not judging you.
it because Eric, my wife, was like, "Is this going to be too intense for her?" And I'm like, "Maybe. Who knows?" So because we've watched a couple of the Marvel movies before. Like we just watched Captain America recently, and she does not stop asking questions throughout the movie. And I'm like, "Val, just sit and watch the movie. Just sit."
Yeah,
Just sit and
Abby's
watch.
the same
And I
way.
get it because there's a lot of themes that obviously she doesn't understand yet. But I want her to enjoy like the colors, the action, the fun part of it, like the things that I used to love as a kid, and I want to expose her to those things. So this was the first movie we saw. I do think it was worth the money. I do think it was worth the money to go see it in IMAX. I think you are doing yourself a disservice by not seeing this movie in IMAX. But I do not think it was better than Superman.
Whoa,
I
you gotta go. Don't
my
gotta jump to the
points
conclusion right away. We gotta get there. Let's get
I
there.
but that's so my biggest gripe I think with the movie, or at least the thing that I keep going back to in my mind, is Pedro Pascal and Reed Richards. Like, I number one, Pedro Pascal, great actor, fantastic. Everything he touches does great. He's even good in this movie. I just didn't like the whole because Reed Richards to me is this brilliant scientist. Like he is confident in everything that he does, and he is just the smartest man in the room almost at all times. I didn't get that in this movie. It didn't feel that way. He was always like this. He was always nervous. He was always just like, well, I can't figure it out. I can't figure it out. I'm
Well,
like,
and rightfully so. I mean, he's dealing with some intergalactic shit that he's never had to deal with before. So I'm gonna disagree with you on this. I think
like I said, I know it's a
I
hot take. I know.
no, that's
I
fine.
just,
That's what we need, baby. That's
you
what
know,
gets the views. But but I loved Pedro. Like he was also the casting that I was very uncertain of. Mainly
I agree. I
because
agree.
I actually wanted the guy from The Office. I was a little disappointed after seeing him in
Oh, John Krasinski, you mean?
yeah, after
Yeah.
seeing him in that horrible waste of time movie Doctor Strange and the Multiple of Madness or whatever the it's called.
Yeah, it's the multiverse of madness. Yeah.
Yeah, the multiverse that barely has any multiverse and no fucking madness. Yeah, what a just waste of time. Speaking of how Jurassic Park Dominion didn't crush Jurassic Park, let's talk about. Well, we don't have to talk about it just yet, but Quantum Mania, that movie, Multiverse of Madness, and then Thor: Love and Thunder. Can we talk about how those three basically have killed the Marvel box office? Like
Yeah.
Thunderbolts,
Yeah.
which I haven't even seen yet, which I'm upset about, but I've heard nothing but great things. Like
It was good.
it didn't make
It was
a
good.
lot of money, and for some reason,
Yeah.
Fantastic Four is having a huge drop off. Not saying it's not going to make a good amount of money, but it used to be there was a point in time where every Marvel movie you released, it didn't even matter as long as it was like above average. It did $1 billion. Now
Yeah.
those
Yeah.
those three movies were so bad that it basically killed the Marvel box office.
I agree. Yeah.
But
100%.
back to Pedro Pascal. Like I loved him as Reed. I did not like him as Mr. Fantastic.
Chris
But that's
Chris
not
brings up a good point.
what's that?
Chris brings up a good point. Yeah, you identify with the fact that the entire movie was, oh my God, I'm going to be a father now. And I like, how the hell am I going to do this? And oh yeah, there's a giant space god that's coming to eat my kid. Like, I get that.
Yeah,
I think that would cause anybody stress, but
yeah, no, he was definitely
he's
stressed
not your
stressed the fuck
normal.
out.
Yeah.
But I love how they play like that scene between him and Sue where she basically is like you being you sometimes hurts me because he's
Yes.
just that type where
Yes.
he's going to analyze every situation and give you and he's just going to give it to you like give you the straight you know
Yeah.
logical reason and sometimes that's not what our wives want to hear. So like
No.
I'm sure there are plenty of people where that really resonated. But like that's again where like I loved him as Reed. I was very impressed because he was the casting that. But I really thought Mr. Fantastic just they didn't really do anything with him. Like
So,
all of his
but I
stretching
feel
was
that way
very
about,
basic.
yeah, but
And
I feel
then
that way about all four of them. I feel
I
like
wouldn't say that
all
about
four of
Sue.
them.
Sue
No, no.
carried
So
that movie.
yeah, so I'm gonna get there
She put
because
the movie on her
I think,
back.
yeah, she is the movie, and she is the best part of the movie. But I'm saying, like, in terms of their like you really don't see them use their powers all that much. Like Johnny turns on his flame like 3 or 4 times in the movie for like short periods.
But I did love the
Um,
montage in the beginning of like them doing a lot
oh
of
yeah,
like yeah the.
yeah,
Although, can we talk about the Incredible vibes? Like, I always knew that the Incredibles was basically a not a spoof, but very inspired by the Fantastic
yes,
Four. But the
yes.
fact that they went with the Mole Man, all I could keep thinking about is the Underminer. Like,
Here's the thing.
like
I
no,
couldn't remember his name
no.
until now. I could not remember his name until now. I'm like,
I,
did they? Is this where they got it from?
oh, absolutely. So like, I was
Yeah.
hoping he would say like that ridiculous line where it was like, I nothing is beneath me or something like that. It's
Yeah.
just like I was waiting for something
Yeah.
ridiculous. Um,
Yeah. It's true. It's true.
but I agree with that. And another interesting thing. Johnny never says flame on to turn on his powers.
No, he does not.
They
I
have that
noticed that
little
too.
toy interaction, which is fun. Like they're playing
Yeah.
with their catchphrases, but like never
Yeah.
once does he go flame on and flies. I was like, that's interesting.
I'm okay with it though, because I would say I love Johnny in this movie too because he's not
Oh
a putz.
yeah.
He's like a
Well, he is.
contributing character.
Yeah.
He is, but he isn't. He's a contributing character. Like
Yeah.
he is not just some guy that is just stands around with his feet up on the desk, like reading a comic book. Like
And I'm
like
I'm with him, man. I would have went after Silver Surfer too. I'd have been like,
I
hey,
mean,
how you doing? Does that surfboard is it a part of your body or not? Like,
it was a part of your
what are we
body.
doing here? Um,
I love that. I love that he says in an interview,
yeah, we can
fact,
confirm.
the surfboard is not a part of her body. Like that's the key right there. And I think all four of them are very good. My personal opinion on Reed was just like, I don't know. I expected him to be the confidence, and I guess they wanted to maybe like humanize him more by making him this
The whole,
like
I
just
think
make like the anxiety.
adding the dad angle to it is definitely where that kind of gets shattered. Because that's always the whole because there's no playbook for that shit. It's
No,
there
there
really
isn't.
is just like you're gonna learn. You'll have a bit of an understanding, but for the most part, you got to learn a lot of shit on the
You
way.
go learn.
So
Yeah,
when
you
you
go
go to meet
learn.
a intergalactic whatever, and he's just like,
Space God.
I'll
Yeah, yeah, no.
I'll trade you I'll save Earth, but give me your kid. I don't I think my I don't know. I think my head would be spinning a little bit too.
Oh yeah, I agree. I
Can we
agree.
talk about
The
all right, favorite
yeah, go ahead.
scenes? Favorite scenes. What was your like favorite scene? Because
I
there were some good ones in this
m-
movie.
I really liked the entire scene where they're in Galactus' ship, where you get to see them as a team for the first time in the movie and sort of like coordinate with each other, and you see how they feel like a well-oiled machine. There's no like getting to know each other. There's no they each of the four of them understands their role and plays that role. No one goes out of that. Like I expected Johnny to be like, "No, fuck this. I'm going to blow this up." No, they all understood that in order to keep each other safe in this particular space, they need to understand each other, and they all did.
Yeah, and trust each
I
other.
think yeah, and I think the first time you see Galactus, because I was really nervous because I tried to like I saw the trailers and I know they kept Galactus like really kind of like really minute in the trailers. I'm like, please be cool, please be cool, please be cool. And then he is. And I'm like, yes, you did it. You're not just some smoke monster in space.
Clever
Like
little
you did it.
boss.
Yeah. It was, and I forget the actor's name that they had, but he was awesome.
Yeah,
His voice just
I love that
carries.
to find out that that was actually mostly a practical effect. Like he was a full dude in a
Yeah,
costume.
he
Like that
was a
was
full costume.
yeah.
There's very little CGI.
Give me that. Give me that all
Yeah,
day. As
Chris, those were
we're all here as
it's practical
Godzilla
effects
fans
there.
for the
It's
most
great.
part. You know, that's let's go.
Give me
My
a rubber suit any day.
yeah, my favorite scene was when they're escaping the ship and so like they're trying to get back and Silver Surfer's chasing them. That scene
Yeah,
was intense. I mean, even Kelly was like when she
yeah,
reaches out and like almost gets the baby and like goes through and like they
yeah,
jump, and then another thing where like again like we're always so accustomed to superheroes being perfect, right? Like they're
yeah,
and then when
yeah.
Sue just like looks at Johnny and she's like, she's coming for your nephew, kill her. I was like, yo, this is what I'm talking like,
Get him.
because like that
Yeah,
would be the
yeah,
normal
yeah.
response from anyone. Like
Anything.
this,
Yeah,
she's trying to
absolutely.
take my baby. You kill this bitch right now.
You
And
kill her right
Johnny
now,
Johnny didn't even
immediately.
question it. Johnny was just like,
No, he's like, you're right.
Yeah,
You're right. You're absolutely
yeah,
right.
she's hot, but yeah,
Absolutely
she's
right.
got to go. Like it's like I loved that, and that's what I was saying. Like Sue really, Vanessa Kirby crushed
She
this
is the
role.
driving force of the movie.
Oh
She
yeah,
is. She drives
crushed
the
it.
movie forward every scene she's in,
Yeah,
and I think that's what makes her like the strongest character.
which is good
I
because like Sue is the strongest out of them. So like it was
She
great
is,
power wise. So it
and
was
they
nice to see.
show that.
Oh yeah,
They
yeah.
show that entirely at the end when she's just sitting there like, I'm gonna push Galactus into a black hole. Like,
It, it reminded me. Did you ever see? Oh my god! It was an animated movie where like they have the gigantic woman. I forget the movie's name, and so there's like a bunch. I think it's Monsters vs Aliens or something like that. So it's like she's like the spoof
oh
on
yeah,
100-foot woman or whatever, and
yeah,
they're all like there's like three other monsters like cheering her on, and she's like, I'm doing everything. That's what I felt like at the end, because they're like all trying but not really doing anything, and Sue's
this
just
goes
like,
back to your saying, like, Mr. Fantastic, like, where's the stretch? Like, he's like,
yeah,
oh, let me climb up this wall. Let me climb up this wall. You don't really get to see him, like, like, anybody, to me, like, a stretchy power is just like, okay, it's fine. Like, I love One Piece, like, but that's what I mean. Like, a
yeah,
character that
definitely
can
didn't
do
get any
something like
Luffy
that.
type scenes, nothing like that.
No, no,
No,
no,
and
no.
that was I
But
think why
that's what I mean. Like,
a
it,
lot of
it,
people
it
have the issue with Galactus kind of stretching him because he's not really stretching him that far. And he never
no,
showcases that he has that ability to go that far. So, I know there's the whole argument that I've been seeing online about like, it's more like it's against his will and that's why it's hurting him. But again, the movie doesn't present that he
no,
has
yeah,
the traditional, even in the other Fantastic Four movies, this man's like, going around a Ferris wheel a bazillion times and
yeah,
all that. And then
exactly,
even in the comics,
exactly.
like he basically wraps him almost his entire self around Galactus, and like we
Yeah,
don't get any of that, nowhere near.
no,
So you're
no,
kind of
no.
like, is he actually hurting him? Because like that is the limits of his power. Because we haven't seen him be able to really go that far.
Yeah,
So I think that was, like I said, I loved him as Reed Richards, Mr. Fantastic, although it has nothing to do with him, just the direction that they took
yeah,
Mr. Fantastic, where they really nerfed him in terms of
yeah.
his powers, seemed a little strange.
I agree.
Anyone catch the
Chris
Ghidra
Galactus
reference?
should have flung him like a.
Yeah, he should have. Yeah,
I
like
did not.
when he punched Thing into space, like I was like, yo,
Yeah.
like I was like, that's awesome. What time is it? I'm not saying it, Johnny. What time?
I'm not
is
saying it.
That
You
like
gotta
that
say
whole
it.
thing was so great. It's
Oh, it's so
clobbering
good.
time. Yeah,
Oh, it's so
the
good.
whole cast, like they really felt like a family, and that's
They did. They did.
they really nailed that aspect. Like even that little scene with just Johnny and the Thing in the whole
Yeah.
like who's gonna go down or whatever, like just them bantering back and forth. It was just
Yeah, yeah,
like
yeah.
your total like bro uncle relationship. It was just great. Chris, what is the Ghidra reference? I missed it.
I did not see that. I didn't. But then again,
Well, I'm waiting now. I'm
I
patiently
know
waiting.
Chris will let us know. The So let's start. Let's start getting there. So number one, do we think Galactus was it? Do we think that
Yes.
was
Yeah.
Galactus? Yeah. I agree. I agree. I think Galactus was good. Silver Surfer was good. Um, Visually, like you're saying, I love this movie. I think I love because I'm a sucker for like that era of like,
Yes,
hey, we're in the 50s, but
same.
our cars can fly. Like
Yeah,
it
yeah,
remind you know what it reminded me of?
that
It was
50s
like
sci-fi.
Batman the animated series. Like that whole aesthetic that Gotham exists like this, like and the fact that you brought that aesthetic into Fantastic Four and gave it this like bright, beautiful, like you got women wearing kerchiefs around their heads, that's like I love that. That's me.
Yeah,
Like I love that look. I love that era.
yeah. It's like when you mash stuff like that's why I like why Firefly was so good. You know, it's like cowboys in space. Well, I mean,
Yeah,
you could say that for Star
yeah,
Wars too, but you know what I mean. Like it's that when you mash
yeah,
two aesthetics together and they somehow work. I just
yeah.
that's the same thing. Like the 1960s 50s vibe, they crushed.
Yes,
They absolutely
crushed
nailed
it.
it, and it
Crushed
really
it.
sucked me into the movie. The score was fantastic,
Mm-hmm.
and yeah, they nailed everything. I thought the characters are great. The dynamic, the chemistry all together was something we never. The Thing finally
I know.
like looks
I know.
visually
Was
great,
an actual
and
looks visually
I
great
wanted more
and
of him. Honestly, he was the one
I know.
character like I really hope gets a little bit more time because like you can tell there's a lot there. There's a lot there,
Yeah.
and that's what's
Yeah.
great is like very similar to Superman. Like everyone that's on screen, they have a purpose, and they're not just there to
I agree.
just be there.
I think that is and I hope the movies continue like more movies continue to do this. Like give me good characters, give me a good story and just make it worthwhile. You don't have to create it like you're like I understand you want to make money and you want to make a blockbuster, but like make it good first
I think people want
and
more now
every all the money will come.
because especially since the we're in the streaming age where people have no problem binging an 8-hour show, right? Like 8 episodes,
Mhm.
let's just say. But like you get like let's just to keep it comic book related, let's talk about the Penguin real quick. Like
Mhm.
the amount of character development you get from that show for that character, and then you get to take him and place him in a movie. Like
Mhm.
you know what I mean? Like you're going in with so much, and if so, I feel like you know really focusing on the characters and giving them the character development is way more important than any of these action sequences. Like, you know what I mean? Like, it seemed like for a while there, Marvel was just so focused on comedy and action sequences that they forgot that the reason that set them from away from DC and kind of made them overtake DC, where now everyone knows who Iron Man and Spider Man is, and like Superman's kind of like a forgotten character that like just got resurrected. You know what I mean? Like, it's kind of crazy.
I
Like
agree.
Superman, so they overtook it because no matter if the Marvel movie was average, they nailed the character. So
Yep.
you had the DC movies where you're like, these are good movies, but like the character is not really the character. And then you had,
Yep.
Thor and Iron Man, and you're like, oh my god, like I'm seeing these characters like jump off the comic book page. I'm so glad that this movie seems like they're back to that formula. At least I hope so. Anyway, we'll
Yeah.
see where this takes us. I'm very excited. The Russo brothers are back involved and stuff because honestly
Your
their
cousins, you mean?
movies, yeah, my cousin, um that their movies have in terms of Marvel have been nothing but the best in the whole
True. It's
the
true.
whole
Winter
I
Soldier,
was gonna say
Endgame,
trilogy,
like
but this is I don't know filmography. I don't know. I can't
mhm.
speak.
It's a
It's still too early.
filmography. Filmography.
Um, so what did
All
you
right,
feel
so let's
about Doctor Doom?
yeah, that's what I was going to bring up next. I did not expect it as the like end credit scene. I didn't wasn't sure what direction they were going to go. Like what are you going to tease next? Um I know you haven't seen Thunderbolts, so there's a thing in there that you should check out.
Well, I know
Um
there's an extra credit scene where they see the Fantastic Four ship or something, right?
yeah, so I don't I'm
No,
not
you can
trying
go
to spoil it
ahead.
for you.
This is a whole spoiler discussion, so
Yes.
just because I haven't seen Thunderbolts, I think we're all right.
So yeah, so I'm curious more about what that tie-in is. Like where does Fantastic Four fit in the like in that Thunderbolts era of stuff? Um The tease at the end surprised me. I was very excited to see it. I was hyped because RDJ, baby. As much as I love the fact that Robert Downey Jr. is back and he's going to be playing Doom, I'm really curious to see what that Doom is. Like, why Robert Downey Jr. and not somebody else? Why, like, what is
Because they
the
wanted to actually
direction
get
here?
people to see a movie.
I
Okay,
mean, I get that. I
let's start
get
with the
he's
basic.
a draw, and I'm not denying that he's not great, and I think he'll do the role justice. But why him? Show me why that no one else could have played this character. It's got to be him. And the tease was okay. I the cool thing that I liked about it was it's literally like 4 seconds on the screen. It's just someone kneeling down with the kid and him holding the mask. You can tell by the body language that it's Robert Downey Jr. Like, I just the way he's like kneeling and the way he's like having his hand up to the kid's face while holding the mask, I'm like, yo, it's Robert Downey Jr. Like, you could just tell. Just you don't even see his face. You see nothing. Just a hood, mask, hand. That's
Well,
it.
that's because they didn't want to pay him for his FaceTime.
I mean, I get
He
it,
probably
but
had to pay him
still,
$10 million
like, you could
just to
just
show his
tell.
face.
Yeah, just be what's up. It's like, how you doing?
But yeah, I loved it because again, it's subtle enough. It sets up the because I did like they had a lot of subtle hints of like Doom's not there when they were at like the
Yeah,
consoles and
yeah.
he's not at the
Yes. Do you see the Latvaria
yeah,
whatever
he's
sign
not there,
everywhere?
so he's doing something
Yeah,
else because obviously we're getting some kind of version of like God Doom, you know,
yeah.
for him to be able to mess up the multiverse and travel and all this
Yep,
stuff. So
yep, yep.
I think that's gonna be probably the reason why, because Fantastic Four set up that they're they can open up like wormholes to other
Mm-hmm.
dimensions. So I'm gonna take a wild guess and say, let's just say Doom steals Franklin and travels to the main MCU canon, and there's the
Yeah,
ship following his ass.
there it
Like
is.
that's
There it is.
if I had to take a quick guess on where that's going. But
Yeah.
I like it.
Chris
I think
brings
if
up a good point.
mhm.
Chris asks if we would consider all three of these movies a good start to the next generation into like us bringing the kids to see them. Yes, I do.
100%.
I
These are
do
all
think
very
the
kid-friendly movies. Even
yeah,
Jurassic Park's a little on the. They should probably be more than 5 years old.
yeah, yeah.
But I
No,
think
definitely. I definitely think Val would have enjoyed Superman.
Abby loves Superman
She
and
enjoyed.
Crypto.
The only thing my daughter did not like about Fantastic Four was Galactus. All of a sudden, she was afraid of giants.
Maybe I got one of my little ones here. I had to.
And but she loved every minute of it. So my daughter has no idea who these characters are. We just wanted to take her to go see a Marvel movie, so now she's asking more about like, oh, what Marvel movies? So we watched Captain America because she watches Spidey and His Amazing Friends, and that's basically like her baseline for any Marvel characters. So we watched Iron Man because she knows Iron Man. So it all in all, I think all three of these movies were great. I think they're very well worth watching. Um, so let's close it out.
Andrew, I definitely think they made him a chef because of his
Of the
stuff he
bear.
did in the bear. Yeah, 100%. So let's wrap this up. Thank you guys for all tuning in live and
Yes, thank you.
chilling in the
We
chat with us.
appreciate you joining us for coffee.
Yes, yeah, this is our first ever morning show. We kind of wanted to see how it would go. Kind of bang this out in the morning. And I actually had a lot of fun. This was nice.
I had a lot of fun. It's great.
Had a nice
It's
little
great.
Nespresso in my Chicago mug that I got when we went to G Fest in Chicago back in 2014. I don't even know. And rank. What would be your ranking? Your number one movie. I think you've already said it, but
It's probably Superman, Fantastic Four, Jurassic Park. Top 1 through 3. I think that's how I would rank them out.
I'm going to agree with that. But I do have a caveat to that. While I do think Superman is the better movie, I enjoyed Fantastic Four more, if that makes sense.
Really?
Just because
Really?
um maybe it was just because it was like one of the first date nights Kelly and I have had a while where it was just us.
I get
But
it.
I just the whole while Superman is a movie about hope, Fantastic Four is a movie about family, which is very
Yeah,
in our lives right now. And then on top of
of
that,
course.
that 1950s 60s setting
I know.
just it
I know.
just gets me, man. Like that.
It's so all right. So
So
let's
again,
rank
I, I
Fantastic
I
Four
do
on a
think
scale of
Superman
10.
is a better movie, but I think I enjoy Fantastic Four more just because of all certain different beats that it hit. Um,
Sure. So how would you rank Fantastic Four out of 10?
I give it an 8.5.
8.5. I was gonna say I'd give it an 8.5, 9. It's
Yeah.
right there. Like I said, you're not you're not doing yourself a disservice by seeing this movie in theaters, and you're doing yourself
If you do
like
decide,
you're
see it in
missing out if
IMAX.
you're not. Yeah, exactly. See it in
Yeah,
IMAX. You have to.
because you will not
It's
like
worth it.
Galactus alone is worth it. All of the
Oh yeah.
scenes at IMAX are
And you
ridiculous.
know me. I'm a big audio guy, so everything just has to sound amazing. You know. Give me those sound effects. But yes, thank you guys. Thank you everybody for coming out. Hope you enjoyed our me and AJ just ranting about movies.
Yeah, yeah,
Because it always seems to be a
that's
good
great.
time.
And we kept it within basically an hour because I know we went live at 8, but I didn't really get on until like what 8:15. So yeah,
Yeah.
right in that hour
Roughly.
window. That's what we wanted to try to see. Well, thank you, Andrew. Yeah, we're definitely going to be. I Dad was supposed to be doing a solo BFE show tonight, but um, he has the he had got the ammonia this week, so I don't know if he's actually doing a show because I was going to tease a bunch of his stuff tonight, but so I don't know if that's happening. Next Saturday we're back Kaiju Live, another auction show, Saturday night at 9 p.m. And then I don't know, Avandra, what do you want? You want to do this every other week? Because
I think every other week is good.
we got some cool stuff to talk about. Between the new costumes for all these superhero movies, like Spider-Man: Brand New Day. I mean, let's go. That costume's a banger. Punisher's a banger. Um,
I mean, we I have so much to say about Spider-Man because Spider-Man, Tobey Maguire is still one of my favorite Spider-Mans, and just them coming with that costume, I'm ready for it. Yes, we'll definitely talk about that.
yeah, we got. There's definitely some stuff to talk
There's a
about,
lot in the pipeline.
and I definitely want the next show. I do want to talk a lot about all the San Diego Comic Con and Mondo toys. So we'll be bringing some kaiju stuff back to this, but
Some goodies, some
indeed.
goodies. But all right,
Um,
thank you guys for joining us this morning. We'll be back with more coffee in the morning, the square table.
I keep forgetting my send off. I remembered it vaguely last Saturday. What was it? Oh my god. Oh, like and subscribe and be on the lookout for more content from Kaiju Live. Have a great day,
I
everybody.
like it. I like it. Later.